Hey, this is Ava Unit 4i for CollectionDX.com. In this review, I will be highlighting the transformations, special features, and other notables of the Ultra Class Decepticon Skyfall set from the 2009 Transformers Universe line, aka Classics 2.0. This set is a repaint based on the original Ultra Class Autobot Silverbolt design itself, which came from late 2008. The original Skyfall character came from G1 and was an Action Master, which means it was a posable figure that could not transform, but included a weapon that could transform. Them's the 80s for you. Go fig. The version of the character that we're seeing here is actually based on a G2 character that was originally an F-117 Nighthawk stealth fighter bomber. However, the Silverbolt mold is based instead on the prototype XB-70 Valkyrie supersonic long-range bomber. Now, other than just applying the name, how is this character identified as Skyfall? Well, Skyfall's original color scheme was mostly black with red trim and a little bit of gold mixed in. This version of Skyfall has the same. There's a little bit of gold, and gold right there. But Skyfall also had, and we're talking the Nighthawk here, had the flame pattern, the red flame pattern along the back of his wings, and where the engine exhaust was as well. So that is what makes Skyfall what he is. But like I said, it is based more or less on an XB-70. There's a couple of things that are a little off. For example, the wings would actually be they would actually swing out a lot wider, and they certainly weren't jagged on the back edge. I think the jagged edge is an homage to the stealth fighter that he was originally based on. The Valkyrie did not have cannons along the front here. The big thing, though, is that it actually had like 4 to 6, I kid you not, 4 to 6 jet engines in this whole lower compartment here. But the thing about Skyfall is, it's just an excuse for Hasbro and Takara Tomy to put a crap load of robot kibble on the bottom and not have to worry about it. I'll get into that later. Instead, this toy has a pair of engine intakes and exhaust along the top, which the original Valkyrie did not have. And also the dual vertical stabilizers were also a little taller. I mean, like I said, it's based on it, but there's still stuff that can stuff that's not quite. Like if they hadn't put the engines on there, this would be more understandable. The electronic feature is thus. There's a little button sitting right there, not that thing, but that thing, and then the speaker is right here. And you get, let's see, this thing's going to be jumping all over the place. We've got, let's see. And it doesn't matter if you hold it down or not, whether, the engine powering up sound. And they just kind of randomly blink. Then there's the cannons up front. Which will obviously go as long as you hold it down. You can tap it once and it'll go off. And then, this is the one thing I don't like. There's another sound effect of the plane whooshing by, but the problem is the engines don't go off, the cannons don't go off. Instead, I don't know how good this is going to show up, you get, you can kind of see, look down here, look. See that? Those are his eyes going off. Now the ironic thing about it is there's nowhere for his eyes to glow through. So basically these eyes are glowing for no good reason. So it's kind of a screwed up electronic feature right there. The other thing it can do is he comes with a gun. It has a missile on it. And you can attach it just under his nose. There's actually an extra tab there to keep it from swinging side to side. And then you can give Skyfall a missile launcher on his nose. Transformation is as follows. The missile launcher. Pull out the landing gear. Now these are just, there's a little peg right there on the back end, and there's a hole right there. By the way, these red things here, it takes 2 batteries. I think they're AAA batteries. I don't know. I haven't put the batteries in yet. but you just unscrew that and pop it out. So open up the feet. Now it's optional to fold the tails over if you want to. You can fold them in, you can fold them out. I fold them out. And the whole nose assembly goes up. This canard sitting on the top here, a little stabilizer here, fits into this hole on the top here. And that's what holds it in place. Yeah, it kind of snaps down here, but really it's that little hook right there. So don't pull down. You actually have to lift up. Yeah, by the way, the nose here is the only part that's actually rubber. So it's not PVC, it's rubber. Flip the hands around. Oh, hands, fist. And then last but not least, see there's a big old section right there. Which, that's pretty awesome. You get Skyfire in his robot mode. Now you could hear, as I was transforming him, how very ratcheting all these joints are. Listen to this. Now the only swivel joint you're going to get is actually in the elbow there. That's a swivel joint. Really, that's the only swivel joint you get. And the head can turn side to side as well. And the feet, because of how they, or the legs, because of how they transform, you get some pretty dynamic stuff. But unfortunately, he's not able to hold himself upright if you were to do it that way. So, by the way, and this is just because of the coloring scheme that they chose. It doesn't. You can't really see it if you look at the others. The other repaints, you know, Silverbolt, Dreadwind, and I think there's another one of this guy that just came out. I'm not sure. Anyways, for Skyfire specifically, do these not look a lot like high-heel boots, or like knee-high boots that have, you know, high heels on them? It just, I'm sorry, I gotta chuckle at that every time. Ha ha ha. And then you can take the gun, and you could stick it in his hand. You could stick it in either hand. So that is Skyfire's features. Now the action feature is still available. Cannons are here, or the cannons are here, the engines are here, and his eyes. Well, the thing is, you would have to lift up each time in order to get to this. Well, they don't do that. You have to keep it latched in place. You have to keep it. You have to align it properly. So what they did, this is actually kind of clever, is they actually put an additional button on the bottom. It's actually spring-loaded. You press on this, and you get and that's all you get, actually. Now, that's not really different from the other Ultra Class figures that have come out. Here's the thing, though. The engines don't go off. That's understandable, okay? I was like, okay, it's machine gun fire. But here's what I don't get. These eyes have an LED built into them, and yet they don't light up. The only time the eyes light up, and this is wacky, is when you transform him. That's the only time the eyes light up. And when he's in vehicle mode, when you cannot see the eyes. What's up with that? Seriously. I think they screwed up here somewhere. I'm not sure where, but they did. Now, the reason I'm slightly disappointed with this figure, aside from the fact that the transformation is really, really simple and it doesn't really look like the XB70 Valkyrie, is because when you compare it to another Ultra Class figure, such as Power Glide here, which, by the way, I really, really like. Now, here's the thing. This guy has an intricate transformation like you can't believe. Of course, the white warthogs are pretty cool. So here's the thing. You know, again, you have a hidden switch back here. You know, it's that orange thing sitting in there. It's that orange circle. But what would happen is, watch what happens when you activate it. There. Let's see, where's the other one? Oh, yeah. and back there. So all of the parts light up, and when you transform him back to vehicle mode, the eyes do not light up. So I don't know how it is that they screwed up with Skyfire, or Silverbolt, or Dreadwind, or that other guy that I've seen that I think I've seen. Aside from the transformation, that is also a big letdown that they didn't utilize the eyes, and that for $20-25 toy, something like that, it just doesn't do much. It's an homage to G1 Cyberjets and all those things, but this Ultra Class figure, I don't think it really warrants the $25-30 price tag that it offers up. It's got nice posability on it, but Powerglide has great posability on him, and he can do a hell of a lot more in robot mode than this one can. So I chose not to get Silverbolt just because I didn't like the coloring scheme. I wish I could have gotten the Dreadwind because that looked badass. But this Walmart exclusive Skyfire was satisfying enough. And he looks badass, except for his knee-high boots. But the simplified transformation and the kind of quirky electronics make me wonder if it's really worth the $30 price tag. I say no. This is AV Unit 4A for CollectionDX.com, signing off.